Over the past 6 decades, many Cuban generations have been born and raised under the U.S. economic, commercial, and financial embargo imposed on Cuba by former U.S. President John F. Kennedy. Initially, it was a response to Fidel Castro's expropriation of U.S. property and the country's increasing links to the former Soviet Union. The original trade prohibitions imposed by JFK took an extraterritorial nature, impacting Cuba's trade with third countries, after President George H.W. Bush signed a law to strengthen the embargo in 1992.
The game changer was the Torricelli Bill. As soon as the U.S. government signed the Torricelli Bill, Canada, Mexico, the European Union were up in arms because the Torricelli Bill said to companies, to subsidiaries of American companies in these countries, that they could not do anything with Cuba. And that's against international law. That's exactly what extraterritoriality means.
And in 1996, after Cuba shot down 2 U.S. private planes flown by a Miami-based exile group previously warned about violating Cuban airspace, former U.S. President Bill Clinton signed legislation further targeting Cuba's trade relationships with third countries and restricting a president's ability to end the embargo without congressional approval. The United Nations General Assembly has overwhelmingly backed a Cuba-sponsored resolution demanding the end of the U.S. embargo for 29 years in a row. Washington has defended the embargo as a means to advance democracy, promote respect for human rights and freedom for the Cuban people, despite the ongoing international pressure to lift it.
And of course, it's the obsession that the United States has with Cuba, which is I mean, it's crazy. It's something that has no parallel in the history of international relations.
In 2014, the U.S. administration under Barack Obama favored a thaw bilateral relations and moved to normalize relations with Cuba. But trade and travel restrictions were reimposed later under former U.S. President Donald Trump. Trump also imposed new restrictions on trade and family remittances, the policies even impacting the island's capabilities to fight COVID-19. President Joe Biden campaigned on promises to reverse many of Trump's Cuba measures, but as of now has not done so. Cuban authorities say the U.S. embargo has impacted all sectors of Cuban society, costing the island more than $147 billion since 1962, while inflicting a human damage that's beyond measure. Luis Chirino, CGTN, Havana.